Welcome to the session on evolution of operating system. There are many. We'll start with the serial and batch processing. In this session, we'll understand about serial processing and simple batch processing. Evolution of operating system starts from serial processing. The serial processing started in late 1940 and between 40 to 50. Then it evolved into the second evolution as simple batch processing system. It's happened or invented in 1950 mid by IBM corporations. Early 1960 IBM SIS and IBM batch processing OS has been introduced. And the next evolution is multi-programmed batch system, and the final is a time sharing system after 1961. We'll start with the serial processing. Serial processing means here we don't have any operating system. Programmers interacted straight away with the hardware. They give input to the hardware manually through the card drivers. Errors are intimated by the card drivers that will be verified by the programmer, and the programmer will give it to the will correct the errors and reach input to the systems. These systems have two problems. One is scheduling problems. So use hard copy sign-off sheets for reserving computing time. It takes too much time for scheduling. Second, setup time. The setup or job setup for the computer or the program is huge time. One program, if you want to set up to execute, it takes some hours. That's a problem because we don't have any operating system routines in the serial processing era. Second evolution, simple batch system. So simple batch system executes jobs in batch controlled by monitors. Users submit the job into the operator, who make then into the batch loads the tape into the input. Job branch back to the monitor, which loads another batch of jobs. Batch system can see in two views. What are the two views? Monitor point of view, processor point of view. In monitor point of view, simple batch system controls sequence of events. Partially resides on main memory for execution called the resident monitor. So whereas in processor point of view, at a point in that current batch programs executed in main memory. On completion, the things brings next batch get loaded into another portion in the area. So in monitor point of view, it reads the job at once and loaded into the user program area, control passed to a user job. So in processor point of view, once loaded, job gains control and execute the instructions. Monitor point of view, once completed user program transfer the control to monitor. In processor point of view, this continues until end of the program or error. Monitor point of view, monitor starts to read next batch, whereas process gains control means processor executes the current program instructions. Monitor point of view, results are sent to the output devices. Simple batch systems execute in this way. Monitor performs scheduling of batches, improves job setup time. So there is a special language called job control language. This language, the program instructions are given to the monitor using this language. For example, program written in Fortran or some other languages, the program and data is fed into the separate code in addition to the job is described using job control language. So the input instruction read in a line of data and invoke input routine, which is a part of operating system. The user programs make sure that it doesn't call JCL instructions. At compilation time, monitor scan input line until next JCL instruction to make sure there is no too large or too data lines. So monitor reads the instruction and loads the language compiler. Compiler translates the source or program into object code. Then object code is stored in memory or mass storage area. And if stored in the mass storage area, executes compile, load, go instruction. If no memory is there, load instruction is required. Modes of operation in a simple batch system. The simple batch system have two different modes, user mode and kernel mode. User mode has some limitations. User program executes in user mode whereas monitor executes in kernel mode. Certain areas of memory are protected from user. Certain instructions may not be executed in user mode, whereas privileged instruction may be executed. Protected areas of memory may be accessed in kernel mode like admin nowadays. Simple batch system overhead. Processor time alternates between execution of user programs and execution of monitor. Sacrifice of main memory is now given over to the monitor. Some processor time is consumed by the monitor. Despite overhead, the simple batch system improves utilization of computer. Break for questions. Let's try to answer this question. Which of the following system doesn't have any operating system? Simple batch system, serial, multiprogramming, time sharing. We know serial processing doesn't have OS. So answer B, serial processing. Second question. In simple batch processing system, the program instructions are given to the monitor using special language called batch control language, monitor control language, job control language, SBB language. The answer is C, job control language. In this session, we understand about serial processing and simple batch system. Happy learning. Thank you.